Hello guys, today we're gonna be talking about the recent 2-time changes. But first, make sure to like and subscribe if you want me to make more content like this. It really helps a lot and motivates me to do more. Thank you. Anyways, in Forsaken's new update, where they added Azure, they nerfed 2-time. But it's not that bad, right? Wrong. 2-time was gutted and murdered in the new update. Currently, 2-time is on crutches due to the nerfs. How, you may be asking? Alright, let's talk about it. The stun reduce only gives you 2 seconds, where a competent killer can use it to their advantage to negate other important stuns, like a level 3 hatchet from Jane Doe or a close-up shot from Chance. Anyways, it's less reliable to use it on Chase anymore, due to the removal of lifesteal and the high risk, low reward stun effect on the killer. They made a killer stun shield, which negates every stun, and the more sentinels stacked in the match, 3 seconds would be added to the duration of the protection. Now, Oblation. Instead of the usual 3 front stabs to gain a full bar of Oblation, you now have to land 5 whole front stabs, which have no benefit for yourself as the killer can brush off a front stab without a problem. And now, you need to land 3 backstabs to actually gain full Oblation, or 2 backstabs and 1 front stab, which is time consuming. Again, with the healing, you can't directly heal from stabs anymore, which I will agree, which is OP. But maybe we should be able to heal directly during Second Life, since there is no way of healing yourself unless there's a medkit, an Elliot, or a dispenser. Although I do think 20 is too much, so a backstab should heal 10 HP, and a front stab should heal 5 HP. Or maybe overheal instead of actual HP if it's too broken in a way. And one of the most useful landing abilities in 2-time skit, the small little lunge you get from the stab. Nowadays, it's way harder to land a normal backstab since the lunge is completely gone. You literally stay in place since the stab significantly makes you slower, unable to help quickly and chase. Honestly, the hitbox were way too severe of a nerf, because sometimes backstabs don't even register and will just be a front stab for some reason, making 2-time harder to use entirely since backstabs are harder to land, both crouch stabs and normal backstabs. And now on to crouch. And now, here's where all the stun time went to. Crouch stabs. They give more Oblation overall, keeping 2 crouch stabs able for you to get full Oblation. Honestly, it's very difficult to be sneaky with 2-time nowadays, since their sound effects are way too loud. On top of that, the killers have a full view of their screen on third person, making it easy for the killer to know when 2-time is nearby, as well as invisibility only being 3, which I think should be increased to invisibility 4 to actually blend in better with the maps. Now, trickstabbing. Trickstabbing has essentially been added to 2-time skit and should not be removed. It's in their kit now. Recently, Forsaken made a poll asking if trickstabbing was healthy. And as everyone guessed, everyone has a skill issue as killer, so of course, they pick yes, it's unhealthy for the game, so I'm gonna pick no. Well, I'm gonna prove you wrong. But before that, here's the image, I guess. As you can see, I picked yes. Trickstabbing is healthy for the game. 2-time has no way of helping themselves in chase besides trickstabbing, and it's their only way to stay alive, besides looping, of course. Before you say, oh, but other survivors like Builderman can support themselves in a chase, that's the whole different case because 2-time is a sentinel, and all sentinels can help themselves in chase. Shedlatsky has his sword, Chance has his gun, Guess has block, and parry, of course. And Jane has her axe. And if trickstabbing gets removed, 2-time will require actual teamwork, which 90% of the public Forsaken lobbies don't even have. And what's stopping the killer from targeting you after you backstab them? They won't let you get full Oblation after they know you're good, since you're gonna be a living hell to play against. And the argument, trickstabbing is too OP. is outdated since the old 0.1 second windup is now gone. It's predictable and reactable as hell now, especially since its windup is now 0.25 seconds, which included from the time walking backwards, which I will imply here as 0.5 seconds, is a total of 0.75 seconds to react, which is more than Shedletsky's slash, mind you. On top of that, I also think that 2-time should have a little bit more health, despite them being weak and fragile. Since they're a sentinel, they kind of do need a bit more health, maybe just 85 to 90 HP. And before you can tell me that Jane Doe has 60 HP, she can overheal very easily. Her crystal health gives her extra 30 health, so it's basically 90 HP total. Same as I'm recommending what 2-time should have. The most notable change in this update though is atrocious hitboxes and the difficulty of landing an actual backstab. Community balance polls are dangerous for the Forsaken community as a whole because the devs will listen to it. The influence on 2-time being too OP will be taken note by them. So you can't just say trickstabbing is unhealthy when you couldn't kill 2-time during match. Polls don't work like that. Next time there's a balancing poll, think about it more carefully. Not just the surface, but on how it will affect survivor synergies, how it will affect teamwork, and if the killer can counter it fairly. Because genuinely, after the nerf, all I see is 2-times who do gens just like the guest mains. They essentially just become survivalists from how unusable they are right now. During a competent killer, you basically die. You can't do anything anymore, since there's no overheal, there's no direct healing. The Oblation is harder to get from normal backstabs than crouch stabs, and it's harder to sneak up against the killer. Some might argue right now that 2-time is unusable, which I think is false, but I kind of do agree that 2-time is in a bad state right now and could be considered one of the worst survivors to be used in the roster. Personally, as a 2-time main with over 200 levels, I think that 2-time is genuinely one of the worst survivors to use right now. It's genuinely a death sentence to use it against any competent killer or people over 10 days at least, since you can't even sneak up on them since they're aware that you're a 2-time and that their stuns are very annoying like mosquitoes. And ever since the nerf, it's been harder for me to land crouch stabs and normal backstabs since the hitbox changes were kind of a mess. And whenever I hit a backstab, it will register as a front stab, which makes no sense in my opinion. That's probably just the game's fault, I don't know. Cause I can't blame it on my ping when my ping is 85. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. And maybe some changes you would think you should be added to 2-time, or any other survivor. Leave suggestions for what I should do in the next video. Thank you. Subscribe and leave a like if you feel like it. Bye bye.